Greetings, this is Mushtaq Memon, Professor Emeritus from Washington State University. Today's video is dedicated to stray dog problem in India with the title Delhi's Stray Dog Crackdown, Safety versus Compassion. So the Supreme Court of India ordered they remove all the stray dogs from Delhi and the surrounding areas within 6 to 8 weeks. And it applies to all dogs which were sterilized and non-sterilized, meaning the spay and non-spay and neuter dogs. Every dog from the street needs to be rounded up and removed from the streets. Now, how did it happen? Why the court intervened? Well, the rising dog bite cases in Delhi, especially involving children. The court said infants and young children should not fall prey to dog bites leading to rabies. Now, there are a few other things which code requires. They say the shelter capacity for 5,000 dogs should be built. Staff for sterilization and vaccination should be provided. Closed-circuit television system in the shelters should be installed, and the helpline for bite victims reports should be available. Now, no dogs could be released back to streets, and I will come back to that in a minute. Now, the public safety concerns. Many residents call the move long overdue. Fear for children attacked by aggressive packs. Even some dog owners see stray dogs as unmanageable situation. Now, obviously, there are some people like animal rights folks who said that it violated the Animal Birth Control or ABC rule of 2023, which I would assume that it was passed that animals could be sterilized and then released back to the streets, I would think, but I don't know for sure. So the sterilized dogs must be released back, according to this group of people. And then mass confinement risks trauma, starvation, and disease. Now, PETA, very well-known animal rights organization, said that, and also their NGOs too, along with them as a partners, they said the order called impractical and illogical. They said Delhi has about close to 1 million dogs, and they are impossible to shelter so many. And the real issue they identify is the chronic underfunding of sterilization program. Now, the alternative proposal was that strengthen the ABC program with proper funding and NGO partnership. Regulated feeding zone to reduce conflicts between dogs. Public awareness and adoption drives so that people be aware the dogs are available, they can come and adopt them. Stricter penalties for illegal breeding. Now, the debate in the society is the supporters say that children's safety must come first. The critics say this is a death sentence for innocent animals. So there's a deep divide between safety versus compassion. Now, what are the global challenges? India is not the only country which has got stray dog problems and rabies. In fact, a very large number of rabies cases are in South Asia, but also in some African countries. So, but we do know that the countries with sustained sterilization and vaccination have reduced dog overpopulation and rabies. Humane coexistence possible with long-term programs. Now, there was a similar situation last year happened in Turkey, in Istanbul. Here, Turkish Parliament Commission had a very tough debate, and as you can see here in 2024, the bill managed to contain large stray dog population, which animal advocates fear could result in widespread killing of animals. Even though the government said, well, we'll take all the stray dogs and sterilize them and take them back to the streets. But the people over there, the population, didn't think that's possible, and probably they are going to kill those dogs. It got to the point there were a lot of protests all over the country. It was very interesting. This few banners read that we are not shutting up, we are not afraid, we are not handing you over, friends. Now, there are quite a few international organizations. These two pictures happen to be from Cambodia by our US-based NGO called World West, which I'm affiliated with. This was a camp over there in Cambodia. So as you can see on left-hand side part of the slide shows the people who own the dogs or cats, in fact. They brought it there, registered, and then on right-hand side to see the veterinarians who came from the United States and some from local. They volunteered and sprayed and neutered the dogs. And also there were quite a few dogs which were rounded up from the streets. So they were also sterilized and then took it back, to the streets where they were caught from. Now, there are quite a few global efforts at international level. So this one slide caught my attention where it says rabies, 99% is from dog bites. And then it's really alarming. Under that, it says one death happens every 15 minutes somewhere in the world. And the goal is to zero death by 2030, which is only 5 years away. And then it goes on that 100% vaccine is preventable. So all those things are being helped and done. And then if you look at the other organizations, I don't know if you can see at the bottom of this slide, quite a few organizations mentioned, including World Health Organization, the World Animal Organization, FAO, the United Nations Organization. There's so many other organizations too involved. So my gut feeling is that Indian veterinarians or Indian authorities ought to involve those folks, who are active and have some partnership with them to try to have those dogs, spayed and neutered. So the closing thoughts are the stray dogs are not just a challenge. They are part of the community. How can Delhi balance safety with compassion is a challenge. And I hope that they will come up with some peaceful resolution. There's so much information is out there. I just created this additional resource list and references for you. As you can see here, number one is the problem in Turkey, which is also something to read and learn about. And then number two is this Delhi problem, which I mentioned and explained. It's a whole article published in New York Times. That's where I got information. And then articles for rabies prevention and what being done. So these all 6 articles are outstanding. Those of you who are interested, please go ahead and read it, the details of it. So with that, I'm going to finish this video, and I wish you well until next time. Bye-bye.